No TV, no time.
Just raw dogging this, I guess. We have mics today. Mics are working.
Yeah, we got mics.
They're working.
Sick, we got mics.
Oh, man. All right. I don't know if I could feel any more awkward
I know.
than I do right now.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Yeah,
You recording now already?
we're good.
Okay, we'll start. This is very awkward. I feel like I don't belong in this chair. I feel like it's too short. I don't know what to do with my hands.
This isn't even my chair.
I know. I fucking took my chair to the office.
It feels like shit. It's only half locked,
Yeah, I don't like it.
half cocked.
I've been that way all month.
Right.
All the testosterone flowed through my body. It's like I feel like I'm fucking 19 again and just fucking stiff dicking every morning. I wake up, I look down, I'm like, hey, dude, what's up? Want a couple strokes? Yeah, fuck yeah, rub it on her ass. That's good. We're good. We're ready to go. Let's fucking take some more tests. Oh, that has been my life. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the HWMF Podcast. I am your host, Seth Feroce, here with my heterosexual life mate, Bob.
Hello.
It has been quite a few minutes.
Several minutes.
Several minutes. Aiden's over here being like, yeah, you fucking assholes. You
Yeah.
should have been doing it a lot more. Good morning, Aiden.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. But yeah, it has been a minute.
Yeah, a couple months.
Couple months. A lot has happened.
A ton.
A lot's happened.
Yeah.
We've been really busy. We moved into the new facility, but we are back here at the old facility
Mm-hmm.
to film one last podcast before the holidays so we can move everything over to the new facility and give you a new look.
Mm-hmm.
We have no TV. We have no timer. We're just fucking raw dogging this bitch.
It's my style.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But, I mean, think about it. People know things because they're watching us on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But everything that has occurred since September, my God.
I know. I'm trying to. Was that the
you-
last one? September?
Sometime in September, because you went and qualified for Worlds.
I did.
I got back on steroids.
Yep. You did.
Like all kind of crazy shit fucking occurred in the past few months.
Yeah. I'm trying to see the exact date of that.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter though.
Nope. Because we did one, and then later on you went to Worlds. We haven't done one since you went to Worlds.
Since we went for Kim's trip.
Oh yeah, for Kim's trip.
Yeah.
And then
Holy
you
shit.
qualified.
Yeah. I qualified in November.
You qualified in November.
Fuck yeah.
And I started taking steroids again.
Yeah.
And it's like there's explanations needed for everything.
Uh-huh. Good way to end the year.
I know. What a banger, huh? This is so I only drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Only one. Sometimes only 3/4 of a cup.
Yeah.
Because
me
the
too.
stimulants backing it down. Because I need the pumps to get big. However, I thought in order for the podcast, why not fucking go all in and get whacked out of my mind?
There you go.
The other day, I ate one of them fucking Uprising gummies
Yeah.
halfway through the day
Mm-hmm.
and drank a fucking cup of coffee.
Oh.
I was sitting in the meeting. I looked at Aiden. I'm like, I can see sounds.
Was that in the
The fucking big meeting,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
I'm like, holy fuck. Like my mouth, I couldn't stop moving my mouth so fast because my head was going, my brain was moving so fucking fast.
I know. I took so many notes that day.
My brain was moving fast and my mouth couldn't talk fast enough. And I'm like, holy fuck. Oh my God. Felt like a fucking Korean Japanese movie with my mouth. I went, oh my God. That's how I felt.
Like Bruce Almighty.
Oh my, yeah, like
Yeah.
that.
Bro, I felt like we were in a school classroom. Like someone was leading a meeting or something. Someone was talking during one of our meetings, and he just turns around and goes, "Bro, I took one of those Uprising gummies." And like,
Fucking,
it's like the kid in the class like turns around and tells you something.
he's like, I'm high as fuck right now, but I'm the teacher leading the thing, and I look at Aiden, I'm like, I'm fucking wild right now, dude.
He's like, you want me to take over? Like, should I take over?
I'm like whispering that nobody else can hear me, but they can all hear me. I took one of those, so I didn't take any for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I've been out.
And then I took one before I worked out the other night, and holy fucking shit balls.
I haven't had any of the new
Gummies?
I haven't
Didn't
had
give
any.
you any?
No.
Oh my goodness.
No, you
I
didn't.
was-
No one sent me any.
I was locked the fuck into this workout. And like afterwards, I came into the truck and I'm like, I can see so clearly.
Mhm.
I'm like, it's 7:00. You need to calm the fuck down before you go home. It's pretty cool. But,
It's a crazy focus. It really is.
and I see fucking Brady will post like ate 2 gummies before a workout. I'm like, dude, if I ate 2, I might wig the fuck out.
Yeah, I have such a low tolerance for that.
Very low.
Yeah.
But I like it because it's like that focus factor.
Mm-hmm.
I felt locked in, but I shouldn't have drank that cup of coffee with it.
Yeah.
That cup of coffee fucked me up.
It's probably the coffee more than the gummy.
Oh boy. I don't know.
You're sensitive with caffeine.
Dude, I drink 1 cup of coffee
Yeah.
a day. We were down training with Hani. I went and trained with Hani. That was cool. That's another thing.
Yeah, another epic trip.
But I went down and trained with him, and he's like, so like pre-workouts, because we traveled down there and all our shit was at Absolute Recomp, so we couldn't, we didn't have any product with us.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you bring your product, you want some Evogen? I'm like, fuck yeah, we'll take the Evogen. And he's like, so which one you want? Like the stim, the high stim, this, that? And I'm like, no stims. And he's like, no stims. I'm like, I don't do stims, dude. And he's like, what do you mean you don't do stims? I'm like, dude, this is your fucking fault. You're the one that like initiated this. He's like, not even a little bit. I'm like, no stims. I do I do like a cup of coffee in the morning, sometimes less than that. And he's like, I can't believe that. I thought you were fucking wild, man. And I'm like, no, I guess not.
you don't need it. You don't fucking need it.
But no, so much has happened. First off, I guess with everybody, thank you for all the wonderful support. We had a terrific year. Black Friday was nuts. We had so much cool shit. It's great that you had on your shirt too. We wore the same shirt today and didn't even know we were.
I zipped it up.
Yeah, it didn't show anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had my
Now they
jacket
know.
on. We have done so much cool shit. The response from everybody has been beautiful. So thank you guys for all the support. We're just going to keep on doing cool shit.
Yeah.
Keep on rocking the fuck out of everything. Got a big year planned for 2025. Lots of really cool shit. Tons of new products, new flavors, new concepts, new ideas, new custom items. Very cool.
Massive things for Axe and Sledge.
Yes, very
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Very big. It's gonna be lots of fun. Doing a good job.
Yeah.
But again, thank you everybody. I'm excited to get back to the podcast and go into the new building with the podcast and new look, new feel.
Yeah, we have a massive studio.
It's very large.
Put fucking 25 mics in there.
It's very large. We're gonna have to figure out, like, it has a little bit of an echo.
Yeah.
So soundboards are gonna have to go up for us, all kind of cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put cool shit on the walls.
Yeah, my biggest pet peeve with the new building.
Mm-hmm.
Just empty walls right now.
Yeah, but you don't want to fuck it up. Like, that's been my thing. I don't want to fuck it up.
Well, I'm just as indecisive as you are.
Which
at
is
this
bad.
point. It is bad.
Because
I
then
said
nothing's
that
going to get done.
I led the meeting that you came into later the other day.
Yeah.
I led off with that, and everyone was like, "Oh no, not you too." And I'm like, "Fuck!" I'm like, "Okay, no, don't
I'll be
worry.
decisive.
Yeah, don't worry."
It's like a good thing and a bad thing, I guess you could say.
I just think about everything's so hard now.
Yeah, because it's like there's so much wall space, but you don't want to fuck it up. You don't want to put something up and then be like, I shouldn't have put that there. So now we're just being super picky and nothing's getting done.
Nothing.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But we had some good ideas the other day. We're gonna get some cool shit on the walls.
Yeah. Luckily, your phone was listening to us. So
That was the craziest thing. Did we tell you about that?
No.
So it's on Friday night, Bob and I, we were the last ones there, and we're walking around looking at stuff. And I'm like explaining some of the artwork that I want to see on the walls, like concepts, everything. I was like, I really want to find a picture that looks like an oil painting of like an iconic photo. Like, it's not an iconic photo, but it's it's an iconic photo, but it's not just a picture. It's like an oil painting. It looks like an oil painting of like something that we would like, some type of, athlete or some type of performer or something that would be there that would be like, fuck yeah, rather than just the typical, very cliche Michael Jordan canvases that you get on there. And I'm like, something that you and I like fucking love, like Lance Armstrong dive bombing the hill in Tour de France. Like, that's a cool photo. I know the one that I see in my head because it's iconic of him not giving a fuck with no helmet on, dive bombing a hill, 65 miles an hour. Like, you're a fucking psychopath. Yes. Something like that. And like Dale Earnhardt shit. It's just cool as fuck,
Right.
but it has a different layout, or it has like an oil painting-esque look to it. And then ones that are like broken up into panels.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just all these different concepts. It's only he and I walking around the building going through this. On Monday, I'm sitting in the office with Bob, and I'm scrolling through my phone, and all of a sudden I get hit with an Instagram ad. And the ad is exactly what the fuck I was saying. Like, I mean exactly what I was talking about.
Like it's legit a sports figure split into 4 panels that it was a photo at one point, but it was oil painted. Like overly
Oh, so they combined the both.
They combined what the fuck I was saying.
It combined 4 specific traits that he was looking for in a picture.
I've never seen anything like it. You've seen like the Muhammad Ali oil painting thing, and that was the concept because I've seen one at like I think it was Prisk's office has something like that. Or Rocky Balboa.
Mhm.
He has a Rocky Balboa oil painting, and that's where the concept came from. And I'm like, fuck. And he went all in. It's like very nice shit that he gets, and I'm like, that'd be cool to have like something of this. And then all of a sudden, everything I said popped up on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, motherfucker. That's a little creepy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the Dale photo.
And yeah,
with the T-shirt with the saying.
So
it popped up.
So there was a Dale Earnhardt photo that popped up. So years ago, before I turned pro, there was a guy that he took me to. He took a group of us out to Las Vegas for the USA's, the NPC USA's before I won nationals in 2009. And my self-confidence wasn't like fucking blasting through the roof like I'm gonna fucking murder everybody. And the guy's like, he's like, dude, you need to believe in yourself a little bit more. He's like, you seem to continue to doubt yourself or always put yourself down a notch. He's like, you need to believe in yourself. And he's like, I want you to look in the mirror every day and say to yourself, damn, I'm good. Just say, damn, I'm good. And I'm like, well, that's kind of fucking weird, bud. It's not really something I'd say. And the whole purpose was to say that to at least get me out of my shell a little bit, build the self-confidence in me because I wasn't doing it. So his name's Ed Connors, well known throughout the industry. And he's like, you need to keep saying this. I was like, okay, sounds good, dude, whatever. Like, I'm not doing that shit. So then after a couple of days, I'm like, maybe the fucking guy got a point because I keep on putting myself into these ruts and I'm focused and I'm driven, but it's through like a little bit of a negative shit rather than positive. And then there's a fucking Dale Earnhardt picture in this landscape. I saved the bitch of him with his suit.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, like unzipped in the car, like leaning back, and the shirt says, damn, I'm good. Yeah, dude.
Oh, so it's AI now.
I don't know if it's a real fucking photo or what it is, but it creeped me the fuck out because I'm like, this is the wildest ad I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, they're listening.
Oh, for fucking sure.
Targeting.
Hardcore. They got me.
Yep.
They pulled me in and they're not going to let go. They're fondling my testicles and saying, buy me now, motherfucker. And the price just went up because they're listening again.
Yeah. Like, oh, still didn't buy?
Yep.
$25 more.
Yep. We're going to make you buy. But no, it's awesome. I'm excited. But Kim went to Worlds.
Yeah. And
then you got a little bit of a hard on to do another Ironman.
Yeah. Before the end of the year.
And it was your 14th.
Yeah, 14th Ironman event, 4th full distance.
So you've done 10 half Ironmans.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which is like 5 full ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But you went into this last one. It was the one you just did. The one it was Panama City.
Mm-hmm.
Ironman Florida, Panama City was the first Ironman that you ever did.
Yep.
And then now it is the last one that you've done. Mm-hmm. So 13 different.
Yeah.
But this time you qualified for Worlds.
Yes.
So what was the time difference? I never actually got the definitive time difference.
In my old time
time 1 versus 14.
Yeah, so the first one was like 14 something.
1420s?
Yeah.
Say that?
I'd say just around 1430.
Okay.
I went 10:19.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. And I was on the whole run, I was on pace to go under 10. Like the tracker said like a 9:52, 9:54, which if I would have broke 10, I would have lost my mind. Really? Yeah. I mean, if you see a single digit hour, like that's
big deal.
You're not getting much better than that outside of being a professional. But yeah, I came in at like 10:19, 11th place in my age group. I was as high as 4th starting the run. I had a really, really good bike. I had a good swim too. And then the marathon just is what it is. Like it's whatever you got left. And, but that was my goal going into that race. I wanted nothing out of it other than to qualify for a world championship. And honestly, I did it on 6-7 weeks of long distance training.
Yeah, because you were just kind of like, oh, I'm doing this, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
wait, you're leaving this weekend?
Yeah, I know. You were like, what the fuck?
I was like, I didn't think I would.
like-
Boy, that fly up on
You're like,
us.
is it a full? I was like, it's a full. You're like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
okay, sounds good. Good luck.
Yeah.
Another Saturday of SJ and I watching Bob run.
Yeah.
Like I always, that is, Bob is, whenever people find out Bob does Ironmans and then it's 14, it's like, then people are interested to begin with Ironmans, and you do it very nonchalantly. And every time I'm around, whenever people start asking you questions, I immediately butt in.
You do.
I completely take over the conversation and do not let Bob speak, because Bob's going to be very modest. And, yeah, you know, and I'm like, no, you don't know, motherfuckers. This is what he does is ruthless. It's fucking, it's psychotic. But I tell everybody, like, whenever you do these things, it's all day long. You start, like, when SJ and I wake up, like, you're just either starting, depending on your time zone,
Mm-hmm.
and like throughout the entire day, it's 10 hours.
Yeah.
So wake up, eat breakfast, hang out together, build something in the house, clean things up, work out, come back home, eat lunch, go outside, split wood, stack wood, cut the grass. The whole time my phone's dinging back and forth, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, look, Bob's here. And literally, I do 8 full hours of work in an entire day, and Bob is halfway through the run.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It is fucking mind-blowing what an Ironman is. And it's like, imagine waking up and having a full day of your work,
Mm-hmm.
and someone's still working out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's
Wild.
I mean, I think I don't mean to downplay it or like, I
Be
don't,
modest.
I don't look like, I know what I do is incredible. Like I know that. It's just, I think it's part of like, because I've done so many, I know exactly how it fucking feels all the time.
Yeah.
I try not to think about it. Like I just think it's just a day. It's
Yeah.
just a day.
Yeah.
Just a day of training. Cause like the training is longer than the actual event. Like I train 25 hours a week.
Yeah.
You know, that's insane. But
So what's it feel like to now go to Worlds?
I mean, it was cool. Like I qualified for 70.3 Worlds 2 years ago. We went to St. George. Cool, very cool experience. Honored to do that. But to qualify for the full distance is like,
Big deal.
I created a list of like things I'd like to check off my list in triathlon.
A little bit of a
like,
bucket list for triathlons.
yeah, when I first started, and this is like the one that I've been chasing the hardest. And I didn't think it was going to happen till like I was older, not to be honest. So yeah, it feels incredible. After being in France and seeing Kim do it, I was like, I need to get back here. I need to come back here for me.
So is it a big deal to be like, whenever you're talking amongst your triathlon friends,
Mm-hmm.
whenever one qualifies for Worlds?
Yeah.
Is it like a relatively big thing?
Yeah. It's a massive deal.
I figured it was. I
Yeah.
just asked the question.
Yeah. Like if you've made it to Kona, cause like it's the same world championship, but it's in a different location. But the fields that try to qualify for Kona are so much greater and so much more competitive.
Oh, really?
Like if it's a Kona year for men, dude, it's extremely hard to qualify. Everyone's after it. Everyone wants to go there. It's the Mecca.
Oh, it's even a bigger deal.
It's fucking huge. Like I'm not ready to chase it yet. I could even strategically choose a race that like suits my
So wait a minute, you mean
my style, the field, and I still might not get there.
So qualifying for Kona is harder. It's still the same world championship.
It's the same,
but
yeah.
they alternate years, Kona to France?
Yeah,
or-
so this past year, 2024, men went to Kona, women went to France. Then next year,
They
switch it. Just because when the men and women go to a world championship together, they have separate days. So now instead of one fully shut down day for the city, it's 2 full days.
2 full days, and it's a fucking nightmare.
Dude, it fucks up Hawaii so bad.
Yeah, and they hate it.
They fucking hate it. It may not go back there after next year, like ever again. That's what they're talking about. But yeah, that's the ultimate feat, is making it there. Like the Florida race I did to qualify is an extremely competitive race because it's the last full distance of the year.
Oh, yeah.
It's an extremely flat course.
Everybody's fucking into it.
Everyone does it, and the times were much slower this year when I did them than last year because it was a Kona qualifier.
Really?
The competition was fucking crazy last year. Like my 10th place, 11th place wouldn't have cracked top 20.
Really?
In 2023. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
But
only 9
it's
motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's all relative though, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's all yeah. Yeah.
Pretty intense.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Also, don't downplay what you're doing. I don't
No.
like that.
No, I didn't think I was.
Eh.
Yeah. No, I was I guess talking up like
How big Kona is,
how,
yeah.
how big.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I get it.
Yeah, but we'll go back to France in September. I'm pretty well versed in the French culture now.
Yeah.
So
Cigarettes and cappuccino.
yeah, that's it. It's literally all
Everybody
the
smokes
fuel.
cigarettes in France.
Everyone smokes cigs in France. All of them. Every person.
Because before you left, we were talking about like what the culture was going to be like, how
Yeah.
the food's different,
Mhm.
everything. And I'm like, man, I wonder, because it's, it's like in France, you're like, oh, the French are assholes. They smoke cigarettes. Their food's probably delicious because it's French cuisine.
Yep.
But it's like, didn't have any idea. I mean, neither one of us have ever been to France.
No.
But I was like, man, I can't wait. I would love to travel the world and see culture. Just be immersed in it for a week and see what it feels like. The food, the people, the shops, the restaurants, the way of life, all of it.
Yeah, I mean it's I can't even describe it. I mean we've had a couple stories about different situations. I mean the biggest shocker to me was the food. Like the food situation was the biggest culture shock for me, and that small communication barrier. Like it just makes you feel like really uncomfortable, and like I feel like you're being like a little bit disrespectful because you have no idea how to fucking say any of this shit in their language. So you're just being that dumb American. Yeah, exactly. Holding it up.
This one.
Yep. But I mean, for the most part, every restaurant had an English translation for all the food. And
Sure.
I mean, the servers, Nice is a tourist town. So
Yeah.
all the staff and servers there.
Majority spoke a little bit
Yeah.
English or a lot of bit.
Mm-hmm. But still, like some, like the travel and the commuting, and like we walked fucking everywhere. You walk everywhere,
Everybody smoking cigarettes,
dude.
eating baguettes.
Yeah,
That was the funniest part about it. You're like, yeah, people just eating bread as they're walking.
like you've seen in the movies and pictures, like like you're walking through like a cobblestone like side street in France, and
Yeah.
like they're carrying like a baguette. That is a fucking thing. And not only are they just not carrying it home, like they're just taking a fucking bite out of this massive baguette.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the cigarette thing blew my mind. And all mainstream brands of cigarettes, Marlboro, Newport, Camel, but you wouldn't know what any of them are because the packaging is all the same on every pack of cigarette.
They're all the same.
They're all the same, and all of it are different photos of things that could happen to you if you smoke cigarettes, like
Anything
the
bad.
whole
Tracheotomy.
tracheotomy, the amputees, the fucking all this different fucked up shit, and it literally says in French, "will kill you," like on the side of these
And
packs. of
everybody's smoking them.
Everyone, dude, it's like everyone's in line at the gas station, like, in the morning, getting their fuel, getting their energy drink or their coffee. Dude, the lines are for fucking cigarettes. Like,
Really?
this entire right here would be cigarettes at a gas station, corner to this corner. All cigarettes.
No way.
All cigarettes, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dude, blew my mind.
But that's a lot.
Yeah, and everyone's walking around, sitting at these cafes, just burning them down, and you don't see a cigarette butt anywhere.
Super clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know, Lloyd. French are assholes.
There is like, so that it's not a misconception. It you do feel it's just how they are. They're not being ignorant or
It's just their culture.
It's just, yeah, they're very like,
in a comparison to America, they'd be rude, but it's not rude. It's just their culture.
they're very straightforward, like yes or no.
Oh, really?
Do you want to eat?
No. I don't know.
Yes, I don't know. Can we wait? And they're like, do you want to wait? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I think you're rushing me, but you're not rushing me. That was one thing Kim hated doing at the end of like a meal. You have to flag them down to get the check. Because like once you have your food and they know, like they'll always refill your drinks, all that. But once like you have your food and like you're situated, they leave you the fuck alone.
Oh,
because like
man.
that's you and your meal, or you and your family and your friends. Like
I kind of like that.
they leave you alone, but
Like that.
they literally won't bring you the check until you flag them down. She's like, I can't tell him to come over. I was like, I was like, look, that guy just waved him down. You just wave him down. And you're like,
Man, I kind of like that.
yeah.
I enjoy that because I want to be left the fuck alone. If I got food and I'm eating,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to everybody, we're excited the food's here, we're sitting down eating,
Yeah.
and then like, I don't want to talk to anybody else.
No, they barely talk to you too.
Man.
And then it's just fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
Gorgeous.
yeah.
Nice is pretty. It looks pretty.
Movie-esque.
That's why they have movies in Nice.
It is. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Crazy. What's exciting?
Yeah. So we get to go back there in September.
If I go, I'm gonna drink cappuccinos and smoke cigarettes the whole time.
That's all you need to do.
Every photo you'll see me with the cigarette in hand and a cappuccino.
You'll come back from France with better blood work and a little light.
Every picture.
Dude, that's how everyone looks there. Like even the main, like we were literally right on the water, and there's like a bike running path / boardwalk that runs for miles. Everyone's active as fuck there, so like they're all out running, biking. Everyone's extremely active.
Not a lot of fat people then.
If they were overweight, they were from another country. They're vacationing, 100%.
Oh, really?
Yes, and but even so, like getting done running, and there's this one area everyone gets done around because there's a restroom, there's a catwalk to cross the highway. They all get done, they're working out, and then they have a smoke. Like they're just standing there having a smoke. Like they're in their little fanny packs or in their like bag they ran with or in their bike bag. Just
That is fucking insane.
I know.
I absolutely love it though. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I guess that
I
was
wonder what the mortality rate is in France. I'm looking it up. Mortality rate. France. Okay, maybe that wasn't it. Where they ranking. Okay, French's mortality rate is ranked 35th in the world. Okay, with 10 deaths per 1,000 people in 2022. All right, what do we got here? I guess mortality rate.
We're gonna have to run a whole table to get this info.
Yeah, I know. I'm just want to see ranking. I'm fucking mess. You think it's higher or lower than the United States?
I would think it's. See, I don't know, because I feel like there wasn't as much bullshit in their cigarettes.
Holy shit!
What do you got?
Okay, we're 72nd in the world. We're 35th.
For deaths from smoking?
No, just deaths in
just
general.
death. Okay.
Yeah. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Way less people here smoke than over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we eat like shit and have fucked up food.
That's definitely worse.
Well, I think it is.
It is for sure. I came back. I was down 6.5, 7 pounds coming back from that trip, and I eat a fucking pizza every day for lunch. Every day I eat a pizza.
Could you imagine doing that?
Yeah, I remember him telling me about it. I'm like,
Like my ratios of food were like completely switched. Like
Protein to carbohydrates.
yeah, like I ate like tons of carbs and very little protein while I was there.
well, even when you're saying like the quality, dude,
Yeah.
like you can eat that shit and like not bloat, not feel like a mess.
I usually can't do red sauce. Like
I love red sauce.
I do too.
I love
It
it.
usually always gives me heartburn. Had no heartburn there. I had several pasta meals. Every morning, like in the morning, like breakfast spots were like caffeine and fucking and some sort of baked good.
Man,
Yeah.
caffeine, baked goods, cigarette,
Mm-hmm.
fucking pizza for lunch. Bro, if you ate that shit here,
Well,
you would be fucking...
Well, you see why it was
that's
like
crazy.
You see why it was fucking with me mentally. It's everything I am against here.
Yeah.
So it took me like we didn't really eat much for 3 days because I'm like, I'm not eating like this. I can't eat like this.
Yeah.
So like I didn't eat much for 3 days, and then we're like, all right, I'm pretty fucking hungry. And then we didn't feel like shit from it. Even Kim didn't feel like shit, and she can't do dairy or grain.
Mm-mm.
And she didn't get fucked up from pizza.
Man.
Yep.
I couldn't imagine. Could you imagine waking up, drinking a cup of coffee? Delicious. Coffee's probably fire as fuck.
Oh my God.
The coffee alone is worth the trip for me. I love coffee.
It was wild.
Eating like some type of breakfast croissant, chocolate croissant, something,
Mm-hmm.
and then some eggs, smoking a cigarette, going for a run,
Yep.
and then eating a pizza at lunch.
Yeah.
I might implode.
Yeah.
Might implode.
That's what I mean, dude. And I never felt full or bloated the whole trip.
That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
Yep.
I love it.
Oh yeah. And then like everyone, like we were there during the week, so it's not all vacationers.
No, people work there.
So like with lunch, like you have wine. Like you have wine for lunch. And wine every time you sit down, pretty
Bro,
much.
I don't know. So that's the thing. Like, wine fucks me up.
This wine didn't fuck me up.
I drink wine. Guarantee. I love red wine. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, if I have 1 or 2 glasses, if I have 2 glasses, I am definitely fucking hurting the next day.
Yeah.
I can drink 3 bourbons and be cool the next day. I could be good.
Wine gets you.
Wine, 2 glasses of wine, I'm hurting. So I don't drink it. I can't do it. As much as I love it and want to do it with a steak, not doing it.
Yeah. No, I can't really do it either. Yeah. There, though, it was different.
I don't know. Maybe I should drink some white. Maybe I'm just that racist shit inside. Maybe a white wine. I will say, transitioning into some comedy.
Yeah.
I will say that that a lot of fucked up shit is coming back.
I feel
people
it.
are less offended.
I feel it.
I don't see why everybody gets so offended by it all. It's funny. It's okay.
It's already
have a sense of humor.
It's already back.
It is back.
It is back.
Because on the bro chat, whenever we were talking about it, like it is a constant fucking. It's like because I said, oh yeah, he's that big black guy that you posted on your Fuad's like, are you doing the Detroit Pro? And I'm like, no, dude. I was like, there was that fucking monster black guy that you posted the other day, and he was doing it. He's like, what monster black guy, Seth? Like, and they start digging into me, and they're like, you just named 3/4 of the fucking IFBB. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, shit, shucks. But, yeah, dude, and the whole time they make fun of Fuad for being brown, being Lebanese. They're like, yeah, you fucking stink. Like, dude, they're like, yeah, you use way too much cologne, and you just have this fucking, this air about you. And I'm like, God, my God, guys.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Oh, it's a beaut. It's cool because, like, dude, don't take yourself so serious. It's okay. Everybody just wants the victim mentality has taken over.
Mm-hmm.
It has taken over, and it's like, dude, it's okay. We should all be on the same page because right now there is a massive push for everyone to be offended by everything, so everyone feels special. It's like we should be doing a good job. We should be positive with each other. If someone's busting your balls, that means they wanted to get a rise out of you, have a little fun, live with you.
Yeah, it's a good
Bust
thing.
them back, fuck them up, poke fun at it, and then you have a camaraderie. That's how camaraderie's built. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's like it's literally the Marine Corps of like how the Marines are with everything. Like you see, they call them crayon-eating motherfuckers. And then, like, they make fun of each other because they're super gay, and they're not. They're killers, and it's like, man, you guys are fucking weird. Like, yes, we are. But I don't know.
Well, I feel like that sense of humor is like what it brings on, like it makes you actually feel like less insane about things. Like just lighten the fucking situation for once. Not be so fucking
Uptight.
yeah, dude.
Uptight. I mean, I grew up watching Dennis Leary, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, like the stand-up, ignorant, intense stand-up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, it was crazy back then. Crazy.
You could say anything.
But it's coming back because Theo Vaughn has made a massive impact on that.
My
Shane
God.
Gillis, even Rogan. Yeah. It's a good time.
I fucking love Theo Vaughn.
Bro, the shit he says is so out of pocket.
He is so quick with it, it's insane.
Well, did you see
It's not even that. He has that many stories. He's lived through he's done fucking everything.
I think about where I am in my life right now. I'm 40 years old, turned 40. I have lived so many different lives. Like from the time whenever I was, 13, 14, being fat, getting made fun of, and like having this drastic change in my head. I want to get jacked. I want to be jammed. I want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. But then also like working for my dad and working in a shop and just working around complete fucking GED, degenerate, cigarette smoking, beer drinking dickheads for 10 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then just all these different things, going to college, getting fucking really into cocaine, doing all this crazy wild shit, selling cocaine. Like, what the fuck were you doing? Like, and then along with everything else, becoming a pro bodybuilder, doing all that, like, it's one thing after another. But that's like how stories come about, is just living and doing fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
Super fucked up shit. Like, if my kid did all the things that I did, I'd be like, but what are you doing? You are on a fucking path that's leading you nowhere good.
Yeah.
Nowhere good. But then whenever you see people like that, they tell stories. Like, you just tell stories for hours about all the dumb shit you've done, and it's funny as fuck now because we're not dead.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get in too much trouble, or you did get in some trouble and you kind of cleaned it up for a little bit, but it's crazy. But now, like I said, getting older, looking at my kids, and I'm like, oh, dude, just, all right, the rules, dude. The rules. Don't drink and drive.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do hard drugs. Stay in school. Wrap your dick up.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like 4 iconic rules that I have.
Yeah.
And I've broken all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
They all kind of go hand in hand. When you break one, you break them all. Yeah.
First one, dude, don't drink and drive. That was like some of the funnest things I did in my neighborhood. I'd get hammered with my buddy and drive around our neighborhood and drive through people's front fucking yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do hard drugs. I really like them. Really like them. Yeah. I stayed in school, though.
Yeah.
I did do that.
You did a good job with school.
Yeah, and then I don't use my fucking degree now.
You could always.
Can always go back in.
Yep.
Yeah, in the safety world.
We should go back to school.
What would you go back to school for?
I don't know. At this point,
What? Okay, we'll do this. If you went back, if you had to go take a class at a community college
right now.
Yeah, like we go to fucking CCAC right out the road.
Mm-hmm.
What class would you take? What if you were like, you have to choose a class, and it can't be some frou thing. It's got to be a semi-difficult class, and you have to pass it.
Oh,
you got to pass it, which I
Damn.
hate, because if I went back to school, I just want to sit there and learn. I wouldn't want to do shit.
Yeah.
I just want to soak in like a lecture.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
I would listen so much better now, I think.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But if you had to take a class and pass it, or take that out, just take a class, what class would you want to take?
I don't know, dude. I hated being in school. I don't know what I would choose.
Aiden, you got one?
Like what I would go back to school for?
No, just a class.
I don't know what the fucking classes are called. Go back for pharmacology.
Oh, that's a hard one.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I know Adeline's We did the WVU visit.
Yeah.
Really cool campus.
Is it?
Yeah, really good science programs. They're very. They have. I was talking to Prisk because I fucking hurt myself 7 times in the past 2 months here. I haven't even talked about that.
Oh.
All the crazy shit that I've done, all the fucking getting back on gear, fucking, I'm going to do this again. And then 2 weeks in, you fucking mangle your ankle.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's funny because I actually stopped to give him a gift to say thank you for helping Hannah, because Hannah had the skin cancer, all the fucking bullshit, 2 months of mayhem. He had to go back in, operate on her, pull everything back out. The surgeon before put a suture through her nerve, all kind of horrible shit. So I went and gave him a gift. I bought him a really nice bottle of wine. I took him some shit, and I was like, thank you so much. So then we sat down and he told me all about AI. The dude's really into AI. And I was like, dude, thank you for helping us. And then his schedule's like on his fucking whiteboard, and it's literally like 7 fucking, this is his busy season, by the way.
Right now?
Yeah, he was here on Saturday again. And I was like, how's work? And he's like, it's busy season. I'm like, you got a busy season? He looked at me like I was some kind of asshole. He's like, yeah, dude. And I'm like, oh, it's cold out. Everybody wants to get their surgeries now. Deductibles at the end of the year. Get it done when it's cold so it's not during the summer.
Yeah, they're off their feet over the fucking winter instead of the
Bro,
summer.
this dude was like, yeah, I gotta do this hand, or like Thursday morning or something. This hand, shoulder, hip, knee, like 4 different body parts in one day. I'm like, bro, how the fuck are you going to do that? Like, how?
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, dude, that's what it is. And hit all his notes and shit. So anyway, stop and see him at his office. This is months and months ago after Hannah got all fucked up and he fixed her. And we had to pay $8,000 for this antibiotic for her, by the way. Mm-hmm. Ridiculous. The hospital's paying for it because I sent him a nice note. I'm not paying for that.
Nice.
You guys, this is your fault. But anyway, so then what was it? I did that, and then literally 2 days later, I fucking mangled my ankle. Yep. Tripped her. I stepped off the tumble track, broke my ankle in 2 different places, and tore another ligament. So I did that. And then I don't know where the fuck I was going with all that. What?
The Prisk. Present. Gave him a gift.
Where was I going?
You lost me, dude.
I know. I fucking got all excited, all different things. Too much coffee. It's going through my
That's what it is, yeah.
That's way I'm fucking...
Mm-hmm.
I am flying.
You blew right past the punchline of...
I know, I did. I'm pissed right now.
Yeah.
I'm mad about it.
It'll come back.
But...
maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe that was it.
No, it wasn't. Where were we going? Fucking... Shoot.
Oh,
we're talking about like what you would go back
schools.
to school.
Oh,
WVU.
yeah, that's right. So I went
Yeah.
and saw him. He was telling me about AI and going all through that.
Yeah.
So after I fucking mangled my ankle, because it turns out his wife, who's also a doctor, she got her medical degree from WVU. And I was like, that's actually on Adeline's fucking list of places to go. And then it turns out that his wife is the chief of psychiatric care at one of the hospitals here in Pittsburgh. And I'm like, hey, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know she was like that big of a deal. He's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Oh, yeah, chief of psychiatric care. Really smart lady.
Wow.
But anyways, that's whenever I was like, hey, we're looking at all these schools for Adeline. We want to keep it semi-local within 3.5 hours distance. You know, Ohio State University, Penn State University, Duquesne, Pitt, WVU, all these different options, you know. She wants to do bio-pre-med. And he's like, the biggest difference, because I was really worried about, in St. Vincent, I was really worried about going to a big school, getting lost, and like having 150 people in an anatomy class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a big lecture with a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I'm like, and the information from a small school like St. Vincent is the same information at WVU. It's the same fucking book.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, who's getting the better education? Is it better to be small and intimate, or is it better to be big? And he's like, Seth, it's all self-motivating. You have to look at the child. He's like, but whenever you go to a big school, you have to understand that there is opportunity. Like, the opportunities are going to be much more vast at a big state school because of the research that's added into it. He's like, freshman year, she can get involved in research opportunities with people that are getting their medical degree right now. Med students are going to need people to help them do things. He's like, and with as ambitious as Adeline is, it'd be really good to look into these different things at these bigger schools because the opportunities are going to be huge. Junior year of your undergraduate, you could be heavily involved in a lot of stuff. Like you can just continue to chalk these up, and you're going to find really good people to kind of take you under their wing if you're ambitious and not kind of like, I don't know if this is for me. If you're fucking gung-ho, stiff dick, ready to go, he's like, that's how I would look at it.
That's really good advice. Because in my head, I would think that the smaller, more intimate school is the way to go. You're getting more one-on-one, or
yes,
you know,
you're getting smarter. And he's like, yeah, he's like, it is. You're not wrong. He's like, but if your kid is self-motivated and driven, he's like, opportunity is very big. So then when we went to WVU, they just built out this huge engineering side, biomedical engineering wing, huge, all AI driven, huge. And I'm like, fuck, is that cool? So to be able to be part of that, or like as the kid, you know, this biomedical engineering wing and also all the pre-med students in the hospital that they have there, you know, they're all working together across over. And apparently they also have a big neuroscience department that I was really into. Fuck. If you're that smart, you kind of got to go big.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Yeah. I mean, you got to be tested in some way, you know, like pushed past your like boundaries. Yeah,
because it's like I don't think I'm that smart. I mean, I'm good at business side of things, but I'm not like she's got another level that I don't have. So it's like I'm kind of like, I don't want to be too pushy. I want to be just pushy enough. Got it.
Isn't college kind of funny? Like you're literally being thrown in there at the most delinquent time in your life. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like think how much more you could get out of college and schooling if you're a little bit more mature. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of the system and the society that we've created here, or at least somebody else created. I don't know. I'm just fucking part of it.
Yeah.
A couple of dickheads trying to make it happen. Oh, man. But I don't know. Holidays are here.
They are.
Christmas is a week away. Pretty excited about it.
Me too. I can't sleep. I just get all amped up, dude.
Do you?
I do, yeah. I fucking love Christmas. I love it. I love the feelings. I love the feelings.
It is, SJ. It's crazy at our house right now. It's absolute mayhem.
I believe it.
Yeah, SJ is fucking off the walls. This kid is wild as fuck. He is. He has a lot of really great attributes, but then he also has some things that I'd really wish that he didn't do. That is 100% my fault. And you know, like, you don't want to tell people that your kid says fuck properly. I've swore in front of my children since day one. Never stopped. I don't care. It's who I am. If anybody doesn't like it, suck my dick, go have your own kids and raise them your way and see how it works out. That's all I can say. That's the degenerate side of me talking. But it's also like Adeline and Emmy, 0 swear words came out of their mouth as children. I mean 0.
Yep.
It didn't happen in public or anything. SJ, he will use context with his swear words. And I'm like, oh, no, fuck, I screwed that up.
He knows what they mean.
He knows what they mean. And he's like he loves football. And like whenever you're watching the game, second quarter, man, they got to get their shit together. What the fuck is going on? Damn it. So it'll be like 2 minutes into the game and 3 and out. I'm like, and he's like, Steelers got to get their shit together. And I'm like, and it's funny as hell, but you're like, all right, this is just it. But yeah, but no, right now it's pandemonium at the house. He's so excited. Everything, the elves, I don't know. It literally is. It is, and it is magical. It is. Kids are excited, and him and Emmy they get along so well. But
I like how the TV is like staggering Christmas, like nostalgic Christmas movies right now. Like every night around the same time when we finally sit down, like one comes on.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like I didn't realize Kim didn't really grow up like watching some of these like Christmas like cartoons and
oh, you mean like
the old vintage fucking shows?
Nobody else but me in my house. Nobody.
Yeah, like she's not like she never saw the original Grinch. like the original cartoon.
Really?
Never saw it. I was like, it's only like 21 minutes. I was like, you want to watch it? She's like, it's only 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah. I was like, it's just this short fucking. So we watched it. She's like, I never saw that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the old Rudolph.
Yeah. The
Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah. We were watching. I don't even know which one it is. Yeah, I don't know which one it was called. It was one of the original claymation movies.
Frosty.
Yeah.
Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah. She's like, what is this about? I was like, well, that's Kris Kringle.
Yeah.
She's like, Santa. I was like, yes. I was like, but it's Chris right now.
Yeah.
He's becoming Santa. She's like, oh my God.
No, it's none of the kids in the house. Like if that stuff comes on and I try and get them to watch it, Emmy will sit there and just watch it. But SJ will literally start going crazy. He'll just want to do stuff, get up and move, and he'll be like, "No, go, dude, can't do it." Just because of the attention span from the TV and just all the different things that he's watched and everything and how things have changed.
Yeah,
way too slow. He can't sit still for it. He'll be like, "This is fucking stupid."
Yeah, it was my dad. Like growing up, like my dad loved those shows so fucking much. Well, it's why I love Christmas. It's because of my father.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I would love if I make it to the point where I go gray. I don't know if I'm going to go gray. Some of the dudes in my mom's side of the family didn't go gray. Like her dad didn't really go too gray.
Yeah,
like he was in his fucking 60s and not super gray. But anyway, I would love to get fat and be Santa Claus for kids.
Yeah,
it'd be so much fun.
My dad does it. He was making his rounds yesterday or over the weekend.
It'd be fun as fuck.
I talked to my mom because it was her birthday yesterday, 2 days ago, and she's like, "Yeah, we had to get a new beard and glasses this year." I was like, "Oh, a little upgrade." She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "It's been the same one." I was like, "That's the same one?" She's like, "It's the same one, dude." She's like, "We had to do a refresh." She's like, "Kept the suit, but new gloves, new beard, new glasses." Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he loves it.
So since it is Christmas time and everybody has their little traditions and everybody has it. I mean, I my taste buds have changed over the past 2 years. We've noticed that with supplements, taste testing everything, and all of a sudden I'm a fucking huge sour guy, which is absolute dog shit. Yeah. It kind of pisses me off, and I know it pisses Heather off.
It does for sure.
She's like, "You motherfucker."
She can't get a read on you at all.
She loves sour shit, and I'm like, "This stuff sucks." And now all of a sudden I'm like, "Yeah, no, too bad." And she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I love it. And all of a sudden I became a chocolate guy.
Yes, you have.
Huge chocolate guy. Kind of weird. Like that whole 7 years of things changing. Like, you know how they say taste buds change every 7 or 10 years? Like allergies can change and all these different things.
Yep.
Like I'm going through one right now for sure. Because I drink the fuck out of chocolate cookies and cream. I drank 2 tubs of it so far. I have a shake every night. And the never ending chocolate has pulled ahead. Marshmallow milk's my favorite thing in overnight oats. But marshmallow milk has now taken a back seat from a shake standpoint, and never-ending chocolate and chocolate cookies and cream is my shit.
Yeah, the chocolate cookies and cream is maybe my favorite.
Unreal.
Of all time. Yeah,
unreal. I love it.
It tastes like an actual
chocolate-covered Oreo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes our cookies and cream obsolete.
Yeah.
A regular one. I really like the chocolate, which is weird. Again, I like sour shit now and chocolate stuff. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. Maybe it was the gear. We'll get into that topic another time. But anyway, with Christmas stuff, the movies that I'm into right now are Home Alone.
Yeah.
The Home Alone movies this year have just fucking killed it. I think it's because of SJ and Emmy. Like we watch them every other day. We're watching one of the Home Alones.
Yeah.
SJ loves the Grinch. He loves the Jim Carrey Grinch as well, just because he's an asshole. He loves it.
Thinks it's funny.
He thinks it's hilarious.
I can see that.
So he loves the Grinch, but I like the new Grinch, the animated one. That's the one that that's the one that I like out of them. But they don't watch old movies. Like I love Scrooged. That's up there. We've watched Elf probably 150 times so far. Like it's the greatest background music, background noise on the weekend.
It is, yeah.
Like it's just great. It's always happy. It's always fun. There's always a good part of it. But Home Alone movies are at the top right now in the house.
We've watched both of them multiple times already this year.
Yes.
It's what we're putting on at night if it's on.
Yeah.
Bringing up Home Alone, I brought this up to Kim, and now that like I brought it up to her, she can't unsee it. The amount of time and production value that went into movies like that back then compared to now is fucking insane.
Oh my God.
Like for instance, in the first Home Alone, the pageant, the holiday pageant scene, the fact that they took the time, money, and effort to have that whole scene in the school, the backdrops, the setting, the costumes, the everything, just for everyone to get pissed at Kevin. Like they could have got pissed at Kevin for anything.
Yeah.
Could have been cheap, done in the same fucking location. I was like, do you see? I was like, they don't do that in movies anymore. I was like, they don't like go over the top with like, it's just a fun family movie and spend all this money on production. They just don't. She's like, if it's a Netflix or Hulu or like one of those shows, she's like, fuck no. She's like, it's in one setting for 2 hours.
It's also a lot of like, it's just changed. Everything has changed so drastically because Hannah's blown away by like, she was born in 95. So a lot of these things that, I'm 10 years older. So like things that I grew up knowing about, she's like, I cannot believe that that's what it looked like. Like even cars, like we were watching Home Alone. She's like, look at the cop cars, dude. That's what cop cars used to look like. I'm like, dude.
Meanwhile, those were modern to us at one point.
Kevin goes into the tree house. He slides on his pole and he's like, I'm calling the cops. And I looked at Emmy and I was like, they didn't have cell phones back then. She's like, how do you call the cops? And I was like, the house phone. It's hooked up to the house.
Right when they got to the airport, she like needed the payphone.
Yeah. All this. And it's so crazy because then I'm like, Emmy, they also didn't have internet. Like there was no cell phones. There was no internet. There was no way. She's like, what did people do? I'm like, they watched the news. They read the newspaper and then they went and got stuff. Like there was no ordering online. There was nothing like that. And it's just like, it's so crazy.
Do you think maybe that was why it was less awkward to like actually get around people then when you like would meet up with people? Like because you weren't ingrained in what they were doing all the time. So anytime like you got together, you called someone, there'd be so much to fucking talk about.
Holy fuck, yeah.
I haven't talked to you in 6 weeks. What's going on?
Haven't seen you. Oh, this happened, this happened, this happened. You're like, holy shitball.
That's what I mean.
You wouldn't shut the fuck up. Before you know it, you'd be 6 beers deep, laughing and carrying on at a dinner or at a bar or anywhere.
Yep.
Man.
Give me a bad feeling.
Kind of a good feeling because
Yeah,
I'd love to like flash
one.
back and go back to
Yeah.
that, but a bad feeling because that doesn't occur because now it's like I could go take a shit and be like, oh, Seth took a shit on this date.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. Oh. Hannah sent me a picture, SJ at his Christmas party at school.
Does he have his shirt off?
Well, I mean, that's the, like, we were in that meeting. So I picked SJ up from school one day and so the one teacher, there's 20 kids in the class, 2 teachers. All of a sudden, the one teacher quit. So there was only one teacher teaching 20 kids.
Holy hell.
So I go pick him up and he comes walking out and down the steps and I'm waiting. He has on his fucking jacket is on inside out and upside down. And his book bag's still unzipped. And I'm like, bro. I'm like, hey, buddy, how was school? And he's like, it's good. And I'm like, looks like a rough day, So we're walking back to the truck. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I was like, were the kids bad today? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, is it because there's only one teacher? And he's like, yeah. Everybody's running around. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I take his jacket off, put it on right. And I'm like, so what happened? I was like, who was bad? And he's like, this one kid said this one kid's bad and he pushed him. I'm like, this kid pushed you. I was like, hey. I was like, if that kid pushes you, you push him back. He's like, yeah. I'm like, no. Because I've told him this before. I was like, if he pushes you, you push him harder. If he punches you, you punch him harder. And wherever he hits you, you hit him as hard as you can back in that same spot. So if he pushes you, you push him back. He hits you in the face, you punch him hard as you can in the face. And he's like he knows you're not supposed to do those things. But I'm like, do not get bullied. Do not let that kid make you feel that way. I was like, do you understand me? And he's like, yes. Gets real quiet. And he's Because his job, whenever I leave the house, I say that you're going to become the man of the house. If I travel for work, I'm like, take care of your mom, take care of your sister, give them love, make sure that you protect them. Nothing bad happens, because your job is to make sure that they're safe and loved. And they're going to make sure they make you food. They're going to make sure that you're loved, and you're just going to have everything you need at home, but you need to keep them safe. And that's why we go hunting, because we bring home the food and all these things,
Yeah.
all these manly things. And so the next day we're sitting in that meeting, and I get a text message that says SJ punched a kid at school. I was like, SJ hit a kid today. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like, so I immediately call Hannah. I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? And she's like, SJ hit a kid today. I was like, why? Like, what was the scenario? So there's a girl in his class. Her name is Peyton. They've been friends for years. Like, they live in the same area we do.
Mm-hmm.
And she loves SJ. They love each other. They hold hands. She is the one that, she wasn't there that one day. She helps him put on his jacket. She opens up his juice box for him at lunch. She makes sure everything's always safe and nice and sweet with SJ. He loves this girl, and she loves him. Like, they are fucking in it. So apparently the boy that pushed him yesterday pushed her. So this kid pushes her, and SJ told the boy to stop. And the boy did not stop. He did it again. So SJ fucking tossed him. And I'm like, oh man, that is such a great feeling. So I was like, next question. I was like, did he get in trouble? And Hannah's like, nope, he didn't get in trouble. I'm like, well, that's nice. But if he did get in trouble, we'd have to these are the consequences that you have to live with in life. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he did that, I was like, oh man, I was like, good job listening. Good job. Like, fucking right. So the dad of the girl, whenever he saw him, he's like, hey, he's like, good job. And he, SJ was real shy. He's like, like, tried to give him knuckles, saying, good job, pump him up. He's like, okay, yeah. No, didn't say anything. But that's definitely a dad moment. I was like, man, that's great news. Good job. But yeah, it is wild having children. Just as they grow up now. Adeline's 17, SJ's 4, Emmy's 10. I have that old guy feeling, that mentality, seeing all the young guys on the internet, everything like it, being 40 years old now, having kids, understanding that every single guy that ever told me a piece of advice in the gym about family, having kids, making sure that I enjoy it, they were all right. Having a 17-year-old daughter, I will take a fucking 4-year-old punching a kid in the face at school any day of the week. Yeah. Having a 17-year-old going to college, growing up, becoming a young woman, all these different stressors and holy shits, like driving, going to college. You don't want to fuck up. It's a very big stressor that I wasn't expecting to be as intense as it is, because I thought Adeline, she's my pride and joy. Very smart. Like, fucking, this kid's a killer. Smart, doesn't procrastinate, but then, like, now I'm in it, I'm like, holy shit, dude, don't fuck up. And I'm like, oh, this is when you fuck up. This is when I fucked up. Mm-hmm. This is whenever I really got into some bad shit. So it's a big stressor, and now I understand what so many people were talking about and why, it takes a toll on you as an individual, your relationship with your significant other, so many different things. And it's something that's not really talked about a lot, because like, it's not like, I don't know, everybody thinks it's not as big of a deal, when in fact it's a massive deal to make sure that they are set up for opportunity, because they go from 17 to 20 to 24 really fucking quick. Mm-hmm. And if they haven't been set up to do well in that, you're going to struggle, and you don't want to see your kids struggle, but sometimes you need to let them see that they have to struggle. It is a crazy fucking feeling. It's almost inexplainable. Yeah. Because I don't know what's going to happen. But meanwhile, like, people that are I love the newborn people, they have their babies, and I'm like, oh, it's so hard. And I'm like, hey, you need to just fucking lay next to that crying baby and get used to crying. Get used to it. Oh my God, your baby's shit. Give me your fucking kid. I will clean that fucking thing. Oh yeah, just drop the kid off. Like, oh, you guys need a night out? Just give me the kid. It's a baby. I'll watch a baby for a night.
Super easy.
I will fucking, yeah, I've had 3 of these motherfuckers. But no. Give me the child. This is nothing. I will rock this kid to sleep. And wait, you're going to rock this baby to sleep? Listen, I've had 3 of these things. The amount of sleepless nights I've had with a child, with a baby, is nothing in comparison to sleepless nights because of a 17-year-old. Okay, it is fucking nothing.
Yeah,
and I love it because it's like, yeah, you soak it all in, enjoy every fucking second. Because no matter how good of a fucking parent you think you are, when your kid becomes a free thinker and grows up, get fucking ready for a bunch of unreal, wild feelings that you're like, wait a minute, I don't even know what that kid's thinking anymore. I used to be able to manipulate this thing into thinking anything. I used to make them think that anything was real.
it's like, is she manipulating me now?
Yes, yes, she is. It is crazy. So like, whenever I see all the new parents, I'm super excited, but I'm like, hey, make no mistake, dude, it gets way harder and way scarier.
Mm-hmm.
You have no fucking clue what's about to happen. I used to think I did. Fucking Seth Feroce. You know how fucking smart I am? I lived through everything. I've done this, I've done that. And then this happens, and like, holy fuck. I don't know if I'm going to make it out of this. But, yeah, I'm just glad I don't have a kid like me yet at that age.
He's coming.
I'm kind of breeding it. I'm making it happen.
It might be worse.
It's gonna be.
He started sooner.
It's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
I was a sweet, innocent little kid. This kid's over here beating people up, taking his shirt off, hitting most musculars, and fucking. Oh, I love it. But yeah, it's super cool. And whenever people like you don't really, that's part of life. That's why everything that we do, like I say every time in a video, slap the lady on the ass, let her know you love her, live your life, like all these things, like you're supposed to. Like, look at what you do with Ironmans. Like, bro, how big of a feat was doing a first Ironman?
Oh, yeah.
Monumental.
Yeah, something I'll never forget. Ever.
And now, as far as you've come with 14 later, like, it's massive. You're just living.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the most important thing to do in life, is to live it. Like, that's what I fucking hate about the internet now. The people want to put restrictors on everything that you do. Or they want to be able to criticize everything that you do, and then you put restrictors on yourself because of what someone said about you or what someone made you feel about what you were trying to achieve. It's fucking insane to me how this happens. And I'm like, dude, just go live. Fuck it. Try it. Dude, just going and doing new things is super exciting to do. It might work out. It might not work out. But the process and what you tried is great. But don't lie to yourself and be like, oh, I did this. And it was like, go have fun. Just try something new. Like, whenever you were doing your Ironman thing in the beginning, I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm do it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited, but in my head, I'm like, this might come crumbling down really hard. But what happens if it works?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, in my head, I'm 50-50. I'm like, this might come crumbling down, and it's really intense. But then I'm also kind of like, what happens if it doesn't? And that's how I like to look at so many things. I'd rather look at the positives. The positives always have to outweigh the negatives in my head because the positives are so much more uplifting. And I'm like, if this works out, dude, I don't know where it's going to go. It's great. Fuck it. And it did. I think so many other people in the world need to do the same.
Yeah.
With anything in life, not just physical activity, just anything, whether it's just trying it to see if it works. Because if it works, like, wow, incredible. Tell me the story.
Yeah. I mean, just, I tend to do things that make me feel uncomfortable because it just puts me in a better spot after. Like even just traveling, like me and Kim, we're homebodies. Like we love being home. I don't go much of anywhere. Like going to stores for Christmas, like, was a complete shock to me because I haven't been out, yet alone at high volume time.
Yeah.
The biggest volume of the year. But every race I do, like, I'm the nerves, and if there's anything with competition, you
Sure.
get nervous, but the more uncomfortable things I do, even the travel to get there, like it is no easy task to get to Europe. Like it's fucking not.
No, especially whenever you're taking all your stuff with you.
Right. So like I just feel like you grow so much of as a person and get so much more confidence. So like I want to be able to say yes to anything that comes my way in my life. If it's a trip, if it's a physical feat, hey, you have to travel for hours in this and you got to walk this distance and climb this mountain, and I want to be able to do those things if the opportunity like comes up.
It's
You'll never see it again.
No.
I may never see France again.
Never.
Like just because of timing or whatever happened, like life
you might
throws
fucking
me.
shatter your ankle
That's
walking
what
off
I mean,
dude. Walking off a tumble track. Seriously.
I know.
Just anything can stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also like the memories that you create.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there's that meme that I keep seeing a lot of. Like there's the dude surfing on that massive, it's in Spain, it's that fucking the biggest wave.
Mm-hmm.
And like you see him out there and it has like above him surfing this massive wave, it says doers. And then the people that are watching, it says dreamer. And it's like, man, there is that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Because dreaming it is exciting. Like dreaming, I think it obviously has to occur first. The thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
but then the execution of doing it. And those nerves are very intense.
Mm-hmm.
They're super intense. Because and that's why, that's why I hate the internet at times. Because whenever someone goes after something and then they fail, or they don't succeed to the level that people thought they would, it's like a massive fucking hit. And it's like, no, the dude was going after it.
Mm-hmm.
The person was going after it. And it didn't occur. Like, I think first thing that popped in my head was like hunting videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting out and going into the mountains to go hunting. Bro, it's kind of fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
If I wasn't with Zach and Ryan, I wouldn't have fucking been able to go.
Mm-hmm.
I was in places that, if I had one misstep on the one cliff, I'm fucking either really fucked up or dead.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially dead because those two would have to carry me out. 5 miles.
Right.
And it's like, man, that's crazy. And I'm just like, hey, I went on this hunting trip. But then say I have a bad shot or you get a bad shot on something. Everybody's like, you fucking suck, this and that. And it's like, have you ever done it? You know what it feels like?
No.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
You don't know. Like, oh, you shit the bed at an Ironman. Well, there's a lot of different factors that come into competition. Bodybuilding, same thing. Like, oh, this guy fucking shit the bed at this show. Well, yes. One thing could go wrong at a show because you're trying to capture lightning in a bottle. You're literally trying to nail everything for the 2 minutes that you're on stage. You have 2 minutes. You have 16 weeks of work for 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's horrible. Like looking at it and starting to break it down, it's horrible. And it's like, this guy looked like absolute fucking dog shit. What a fucking retard. This guy sucks dick. He didn't fucking die. He's shit. It's like one show. 6 weeks later, he peaks even better. And everybody's like, this dude might win the Olympia. It's like, oh my God, you fucking dickheads. It's so tough because it's like people take away the work. And I understand and I agree. Like if someone shits the bed at a show, I'll be like, man, they shit the fucking bed. That sucks. What could have went wrong? Like what could have went wrong? This, and this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You never know anything.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's okay. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. No matter what you want to do and you want to freak out and you want to lash out, don't. Get back to work. Just get right back to work. It's not the end of the world and move on to the next one because it can happen. Like I think of Keon. Everybody 3 years ago, they were bashing the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I remember.
3-4 years ago, bashing him, saying this guy's a fucking joke. He's wasting his potential. Now everybody's like, he could win the Open Olympia. It's like 3 years ago, I wish I could go. I want to go back and look and be like what they were saying. Derek Lunsford, greatest fucking thing in the world last year. Oh my God, the shots he was hitting was crazy. Look at that front double bicep. Look at that rear double bicep. This year, everybody's like, he sucks. He sucks. And it's like 3 days ago, he looked pretty wild. He missed his peak, guys. He missed his peak at the biggest time of his life. He missed his peak on the biggest time of his life. Literally on a repeat time to win an Olympia.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that feels like? Oh, you don't? This guy is the best in the world. Mr. Olympia. Best in the world. You aren't even the best at like what you do at your job. Like you go to work. Are you the best at your place of work? No, you're not even the best at your place of work, and you're criticizing someone who is the best in the world at something. Have a little fucking respect and understand that it is very difficult. Does that mean that I think that he should have won? No. Derek has work to do. He needs to get better at what he does and perfect his craft even more. Derek knows that. I don't need to say that. But like, I can't understand the criticism. It's just this wild negativity that people flow into. And I'm like, hey, pump the fucking brakes here. This is incredible. That's what makes a show great. He fucked up. That's okay. We should look at it and be like, cool. Wonder if he's going to come back now. And it's like, and nobody understands what those feelings could be like. So I just I soak it all in, and I'm like, hey, you should be out there like you should be go out there going after things in life and encouraging, if you have your children, encouraging your children. Like, say you missed your mark in life. Like, say it's you're over the hill, say you're past your prime, say anything like that. Like, okay, what are you doing to better your way of life for your next generation of people? You know what I mean? The whole reason I really got into owning my own company and wanting to do all these things was because I didn't want to hear shit from people or get cut. And then the next stage was, hey, my kid's kind of smart. If she wants to do something big in her life, I'd like to make sure I was able to help create that opportunity. Like, that was the whole reason of wanting financial freedom and not wanting to be at the mercy of another company. I wanted to create my own thing and create a world where I would have financial freedom to be able to make sure my kid would do that. Yeah. Have opportunity. Like Adeline, guess what? Kind of manifested. Now she wants to go to, pre-med, maybe medical school. If it all works out and everything continues on that path, bitch, you better get fucking ready for some fucking ching. So it's like, it just, I hate the negativity, and I can be one negative, ignorant cocksucker. I am.
At times, yeah.
A little bad, a little bad. As excited as I get in a positive way, I can get 10 times worse in the opposite direction. But like, I hate seeing so much of it, and like the so much of it online, because I'm like, man, like, it's okay. I understand where people are coming from because their life is what it is. But remember this, in life, no matter where you are, what you look like, anything like that, you are where you are because of what you do. You look like you do because of what you do. I look like I do because of what I'm doing. I am where I am because of what I'm doing. If I want to be in a different position, I have to do different things. If I want to look different, I have to do different things. It's just what it is. Yep. You can't continue to point the finger at other people for your shortcomings or for your successes. You are responsible for everything in your life. If something isn't going your way because of someone in your life, cut them the fuck out. It's probably going to not be fun. It's probably going to hurt your belly, hurt your heart, but it might be the necessary thing to occur. It's very difficult. But yeah. And directing your energy is important. Like, where you direct your energy and how so. And that's also difficult to do at times because... Yeah,
I mean, it's easier to do at times than others, especially directing it, like, positively.
For sure.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'm guilty of it. You get caught up in a rut for a couple weeks, and it just... You stop looking... Like, there is no good, even when there's good type situations,
And that's... I think a lot of people fall into those ruts.
Oh yeah,
I think that's a lot of the you made a good point there. That's probably a lot of the negativity that I'm talking about.
I honestly, like, I'm even leading to believe like a seasonal thing for me is very real. Like this time of year, like just getting dark out. I'm going to train and then driving to work kind of in the dark. I'm going home from work in the dark. Like, I'm in the office all day. Yeah. Like I haven't been, and then it's cold out, so I'm not training outside. I went and ran outside on Sunday. Dude, it was like... Euphoric. It wasn't even a chore. Like, I was out in Keystone, like, all the fucking woods look sick. There's still snow on the ground in the woods. I'm like, this is where I should be. It's just stop, like, and that was me, like, getting into that rut of, like, oh, it's too cold to go train outside. Bitch, it's not.
Stop being a pussy.
You wear the right fucking clothes. Once you're moving, you're fucking sweating.
You're fine.
You're good. But, like...
It's hard, though.
It is. It's super tough.
Because you get into a rut, you do. It's easy to.
Like you can get into a rut doing the things that got you out of it, which is crazy. Like, I've still been training, but nothing's felt right with it. It's like kind of forced. Body doesn't feel good. Not recovering. Yeah. Like it's just that I was doing it in the wrong spot. I need to get outside.
Yeah.
You got to get outside, dude.
Yeah. I mean, Hannah and I have talked a lot about it, like, because I said, hey, I was like, I want to start living a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, we should just go on a trip.
Yeah.
She's like, where to? I'm like, we go Europe. She's like, what are we going to do? Take the kids? I'm like, yes.
Yes, take them.
And she's like, what are we going to do with
SJ
SJ in Europe? And
Yes.
I'm like, I was like, babe, it would be a fucking riot. But it's a lot because 3 kids, all the companies that we have, and then gymnastics, and gymnastics getting into a busy season. I like to pretend in my head that Hannah's stressors aren't the same as mine, and they're not. It's way more intense with all these companies, but then that's a bad thing. Comparison.
Yeah.
I'm comparing like what she does as being not as important as what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When from a fiscal standpoint, sure. But what she's doing in building young women and all the money that these people pay for their children to execute at a high level, bro, that's a fucking big stress.
Yeah.
That's a weight. Like Hannah has a fucking way of doing things. We're one of the best gyms in Western PA now.
Mm-hmm.
We're like number 2. That's a fucking massive deal.
Mm-hmm.
We're one of the best gyms in Pennsylvania, top
sure.
10 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, you did that in 5 years. And then here I am playing it down at certain times and acting like her stressors aren't as big as my stressors. And I'm like, you're a fucking cocksucker. You are, Seth. But because we just started the competition season and it's like, it's
crazy busy right now.
Oh, bro, they went to a meet. It's like a warm up meet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one that we're excited to go. It's good for the kids, but they just go and slaughter the field.
Mm-hmm.
Like they slaughter the field. And that's why we travel so much to go to bigger meets, because that's the world that they live in now.
Yeah.
And Hannah has to expose these kids because a lot of the parents, like, dude, parents get super antsy.
I bet.
These parents, there's 100 fucking kids on the team, so they get super antsy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see all these other teams already competing. And Hannah's like, no, we're not competing till we're doing a warm-up in December. These kids are going to peak for states. States is in fucking March and April. And meanwhile, teams have been competing since November. Well, money isn't our fucking driving force here.
Mm-hmm.
Winning is.
Mm-hmm.
Building your child into a winner and showing them adversity is the goal. So if I just want to start competing in November, what the fuck does that get any of the kids? Your kid's not here to get a fucking 8-1. Your kid's here to get pushed and challenge them and get them to fucking feel what it's like to get on the podium and understand how hard it is to get to the fucking podium. Your kid's going to cry. They're going to cry.
Mm-hmm.
Conditioning, they're going to cry. And kids cry every week. And it's just how it is over there. But then, like, we went to the meet, slaughtering them.
Mm-hmm.
Slaughtering them. And it's like, yes, this is how this is supposed to go. Now we're going to increase their abilities because this isn't a competition for them now. This is good. This is they go there and the parents, now all the antsy parents are kind of like, holy fuck. Ooh, we are in a different category. And then they go to the big meet and then it's real competition and we still win.
Mm-hmm.
We still do well. Like your team, the overall team for level 4 is taken first or second at a big fucking meet with 30 fucking teams from 3 different states. Ooh, this is why we compete. This is why your kid's crying. Because now, as a parent, whenever you're there and you're paying X amount of dollars per month and you're there and you're in it, and you're like, oh my God, we're in the shit. And as a parent, you're like, fuck yeah. And then you're in the shit and you're like, holy fuck, that was intense. My kid got 3 medals today. This is a massive fucking meet. Multiple states, they feel it. And then it's like, that's what it's the value there because you know as a parent, your kid's learning so much in that time.
Is the approach with like waiting too, like just the longevity of the season?
Yes.
Right?
You
like
start in November.
Same wear and tear as any other sport. Right?
Hannah has a way of doing things, just as you would peaking for for an Ironman, peaking for a bodybuilding show. There's a way you have to peak, and you have to peak 100 kids. Like the bitch ain't no joke.
Yeah.
Like peak.
Yeah,
let's peak 100 kids to go to states. Every kid qualifies to go to states. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Every fucking kid's going to qualify to go to states. Then we're going to peak your kid at states. Bro, I don't know how many fucking all-around champs we had last year in states. It was crazy. It's crazy. Girls that didn't put a fucking string of meat together the entire year. Whole year. Girl fucking took 3rd at best. Always had one fucking event would screw up for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 6 of them. One event every time. That's Adeline. Like one event. She'd fucking kill 3, fuck one up, and end up in 3rd place or 4th place. It's like, you would have had that. You would have won this fucking meet. then there was like a lot of these girls. One girl didn't win one meet, medaled in a lot of stuff, but never took first place. First place in certain events, but never all around. Goes and fucking wins the all around states. Like 3 of them just smoked the field. And like they peaked at that given point for states. They were able to deal with the pressure. They knew what it felt like to string something together and then fuck up their last one. But this time under the pressure, they didn't. And that's part of the mentality of the brutality of the training, the intensity, and putting these kids in these adverse situations to help build their mentality for better. And I'm like, man, I was like, how am I going to play that down? You fucking cocksucker.
That's pretty cool.
Really, 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 really cool because that's how you build motherfuckers. That's how you build them. You don't build them by just telling them they're fucking great when they're not. You have to get them to believe in themselves. You have to get them to understand that the work takes you places. And even though you fuck up in front of everybody at a really big meet, first event, you just show up, big meet, shit banger of a meet, 30 teams, 3 states, everything's big. You're out there on beam and you ruin and you just fucking eat shit on the beam. You allowed to quit? Hannah will fucking rip you apart if you quit. Nope. Get back up on that fucking beam and you finish. And then you forget about it. Move on. Right? You know how hard that is?
Yeah.
You know the life lessons that you're being taught as a young child at that? And then the kid goes right after beam. They go to floor, 9-6 on the floor. Confidence back through the roof and kills the rest of the meet. Come on, man. Like, that's cool shit.
Yeah.
Those are life lessons that a lot of people, I don't believe, have lived. Hence why I think there's a lot of fucking British cigarettes online just talking a bunch of shit. You know?
Yeah.
That's what it is. You ain't never been challenged, motherfucker. You got to go after it. And having kids do that, you know, they're going to be built up into it. I don't know if my competitive spirit will ever go away. I don't think it's ever going to.
No, I mean, I never really had a strong one. Not for like sport and athletics.
Yeah. I kind of say you do now.
It's all I want to do now is race. I'd rather just race every weekend than train.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people do that too.
I could see that.
Or at least once a month, like they're just going and doing a
Something.
big event.
Something. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. It's really fun to train. I love to train. I wish personally I competed more, hence why I'm kind of on this little journey that I am on.
I totally understand that.
And it's really tough. Like Hani and I talked about it. If any listeners, go watch the Truth podcast with Hani and I. Really good podcast with that guy. I got a couple messages because I really opened up on it. Like I said a lot of things about, you know, my past that I've never talked about anywhere else. And then also just like where I'm at right now, like with what I'm doing, is it a good idea? Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. And I'm toting a line of mayhem and like, don't fuck up the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It is a very wild place to be. However, I feel like I have a lot of unfinished business on stage and I really want to go after it, but I have to be very mindful of the scenario. Like Honey's like, you know, we were talking and he retired, which is complete bullshit. That's the other thing. Like, what am I supposed to do? You retired? Who the fuck am I? I don't even know any other coaches.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about fuck with other people. But just the analogy, like the old sports car, the old muscle car, still rip, still bang, fucking loud as fuck, ignorant, cool, yeah. But then it's like, hey, dude, you can blow that engine up pretty fucking easy.
Yeah.
Really fucking easy.
Yeah.
You have to check this thing over and over and over and over again. And even if you check it and you're perfect, something can still blow up and fuck this all up. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. He's like, and you have to pay attention to the red flags. When you were younger, you didn't pay attention to them, Seth. I'm like, I didn't. He's like, you can't fall into that same thing. Red flag goes up, you have to address it. And you have to be good with it. You have to be real with it. I'm like, what do you mean? But that's the reality. And in my head, I'm like, yeah. And then a red flag could go up and I'll be like,
It's not.
okay. That's Prisk's on my ass about stuff. Honey's like, hey, where's this at? Where's this at? Where's this at? I'm like, we're good. And he's like, you gotta get your blood work done. You gotta do this. Prisk's like, hey, we gotta get your blood work done. I want to look at your, I want to get an EKG done. I want to do all this. I'm like, guys. They're like, Seth, you just gave us the fucking sports, the whole muscle car reference, and here you already bucking the system. I'm like, I know, it's okay. But it's the competitive spirit, I believe, is something that a lot of people like to have because we love watching sports. Whatever it is, it's fun to be involved in something. Mm-hmm. But it's also incredibly difficult to do it in your life. The execution of competing in some regard is very difficult. It's super scary.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people, not a lot, some people disregard it. But I don't know. That's why I love talking to people about like you doing your races or anybody. Like it's a journey. It's your life's journey. Mm-hmm. Like, embrace it. Do cool shit.
I know. I talked to a guy at the pool this morning. He's 46. He's doing his first triathlon. He saw I had an Ironman bag. He's like, "Oh, you training for an Ironman?" I'm like, "Kind of." I always.
There's Bob playing it down.
I always am, right? And he's like, "Oh, I'm doing the sprint up at Moraine in the spring." I was like, "Oh, I've done that race. It's really great." And like, he just started asking me questions, but like, he feels all the shit that I did in the beginning right now. Because like he does not look like a swimmer, but he's in there fucking getting after it. And I'm like, he's living all of that right now. I was like, that's so cool.
He can't shut up about it.
No.
He goes home and talks about it.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy too? Like you, Aiden being young and like us going through it all. Like whenever I do cool shit at the gym, like or if I have a pump, I show Hannah.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, did you see the video I posted? She's like, no. It's like whenever you PR or do something cool, you're like, hey.
Oh, I always show her, yeah.
You see this?
Yeah.
Did you see my stories? It's cool.
Yep.
Like, no, it wasn't. No, I guess it was.
I do the same.
It never goes away. Like, and whenever you're doing something for the first time or getting all those feelings, it's fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
I know, like I always take hydraulic when we go in the garage, even when I do whatever I do with mobility and weights, just because like it gives me a nice focus and mind to muscle. But like I always get a great pump, and like I'll always just do some curls throughout my fucking triathlon specific weight training.
Yeah.
And I'll just be flexing in the mirror, and like she thinks I'm doing it for her, which I kind of am. She's right there, but like I'm really just looking at it. Like I'm like all excited. And she's like, "You flexing again for me?" Because like I know she likes it. I'm like, no, like I'm just checking myself out.
Just looking,
yeah,
just looking. You're supposed to. It's supposed to be fun. It's because it's easy to get tied up in the bullshit of life. Mm-hmm. It's so easy.
It's really easy to get home from work and just like sit on the couch and be like, like, oh, what a shit day. I'm not doing anything.
Yes.
Or you can go in the garage with my wife, lift weights, have good music on, have a good laugh, bitch about a story at work. The boys are running around. Like it just completely changed my mindset. Now I'm ready to go in, have dinner, sit down and be a little bit less negative.
Physical activity has done wonders for my life.
Yeah.
It truly. Mm-hmm. If I don't work out, I find trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And even so, like, even if you have kids, like the driveway workouts that I was doing, like this is me training for 12 weeks, was lifting weights and getting big and going after this. Even like I take SJ everywhere with me. Doesn't matter. You kids, just fucking take them with you. Mm-hmm. If you're doing driveway workout, like the sandbags, barbells, and 35-pound dumbbells. That's all I had. And I got in fucking stupid shape for an elk hunt. Do push-ups, sit-ups, fucking, I have a barbell with goes up to 145 pounds, like 35 pounds. That's it. Just fuck it. You can get in crazy shape. Just take your kids with you. Do it outside. Do it in your driveway. Fuck it. Who cares? Oh, I'll look a little weird. The neighbors, fuck them neighbors. Invite them over. Hey, you guys want to do push-ups and sit-ups with me? You guys want to carry these sandbags over to the stop sign and we'll carry them back? We'll race. Literally all I did. And I'm like, that you can do those things and get in stupid shape. I was in the best shape of my life by doing driveway workouts. Mm-hmm. Kids were around, summertime, Saturday, Sunday, evenings, mornings, doesn't fucking matter. Just go do it. Just go do it. Because now with SJ, I just bring him to the gym. Yeah. Just take him to the gym. Take him everywhere. Take your kids.
Now,
just because they're...
Now it's the norm for him.
Oh, yeah, it's normal.
Being around it, you know?
Oh, yeah. We are very physical.
Between gymnastics, home, gym.
Physical activity keeps me out of trouble. I say this all the time, and I've talked about it on this podcast so many times. Look at him. Owns a company. He's a beautiful family. Oh, that's 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, different life. However, if I don't work out and do physical shit, I find trouble. I will. Drugs, alcohol, problems, shit. I'll get into it. I have to work out. Have to.
Yeah.
Physical activity does wonderful things for you. It can make you feel like a superhero. Now, you might not be a superhero, motherfucker, but you should fucking strive to be it. You should strive to be your best version of you. You should strive to fucking be able to do 35 burpees in a row. Fuck it. Get your kids involved with it. So what? You're a fat fuck. I don't care. Don't give me that sob story. Get your fat ass the fuck outside and start working out. Don't care. Do it. Just start doing something, because what you're doing right now, if you're sitting there pretending for social media that you're in a good spot, pretending for all the people around that you're in a good spot, but lay down at nighttime and know you're a fat fuck, or you feel worthless, or you're not feeling of value, start working out. It will do wonders for you. If you're in a bad spot with drinking too much, if you're in a bad spot with getting into drugs, you're in a bad spot mentally, physically, with your family, with your significant other, with your kids, work, anything, go work out. Driveway workouts, motherfucker. If you're not wanting to be a bodybuilder, driveway workouts. Pick up a 50-pound sandbag and walk for a mile with it. Every time you put it down, do 15 push-ups. That's it. Take your sandbag for a fucking hike. It's 50 pounds on your shoulder, walk with it. And then every time you stop, do 15 push-ups, 25 push-ups. Do 2 miles like that. And after 2 miles, do 3 miles like that. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you that if you carry a 50-pound sandbag for 3 fucking miles, and every time you stop to put it down, you do 15 push-ups or 10 push-ups, you're going to be in really good shape. Do it every day. Every other day, do that. Every other day. Everything in your life is going to get better. You prioritize it. You'll eat better. You'll feel better. You'll fuck better. You'll sleep better. You'll do everything better. Your dick will get harder. You'll think highly of yourself. It's awesome. Sweet. We take some more testosterone.
Just a little bit.
It's crazy. That is, me taking more testosterone is fucking wild. Massive change. Massive. I was like, holy shit. I forgot what this feels like. It's a scary feeling because it's really good. Because I feel like, oh man, I'm still in the shit. Because my body's responded really, really well to it. But there's a long way to go. Like, I like the people that criticize me online of being like, oh, you're not there yet. And I'm like, dude, I haven't lifted like a bodybuilder in 5 fucking years. Okay? I've been taking 200 mgs a test and a few IUs of growth for 4.5 years. This is the first time I've taken shit. Of course, I'm not going to fucking all of a sudden put on 30 pounds of muscle and look like a fucking pro bodybuilder that has been training like this his whole life to get to where he is. Yeah. I know I have to work on my back. Good story, bud.
Got it.
I know that. You're not you're not groundbreaking information of saying that, yeah, you need a little more thickness. No shit. Hence, like, I'm not trying to do a show. I have to do it in phases. And that's the difficult part about it, is pushing the limits, pushing all those phases, like an off-season phase. Like right now, I got to come down off of everything, clean out, get my blood work done, make sure and get ready for an off-season phase. Whenever I get ready for an off-season phase, that's the real one. That's a big one. That's like a holy fuck one, because now that's whenever I have to create the half a turtle shell. That's whenever I have to create some real density in my legs. That's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Bunch of food. A lot of food.
A lot of food. But, yeah. Bodybuilding it is very difficult. It's very difficult. Especially whenever I was so used to just I'm gonna do all these fucking workouts. I'm gonna do a 45-minute workout and crazy sweat and get my heart rate through the fucking roof. You know what I mean? And then now I'm like, We're going to do a set and we're going to take a break. In the beginning, I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I got to do supersets. No. We're not going to do supersets. We're not. Straight sets.
I can't get used to it.
But I'm excited for the holidays now. I get to, I'm really excited for ham sandwiches. Yeah. That's my favorite food to eat. Ham sandwiches. No, you're not a big ham
I don't
guy.
like holiday food that much. Like, I like food at the holidays, just not the holiday food.
My memories are ham sandwiches, pistachios, walnuts, cracking walnuts with my dad. My dad drank.
Not a thing of my past.
My dad drank two things: Jack and Cokes and milk. That's what he did at nighttime. If he was drinking milk, it means he was high. I know that now.
Yeah.
But like after work, he'd make Jack and Cokes, not Jack and Diets, Jack and Cokes, and we'd sit around of the bar in his living room, and we'd do pistachios or walnuts. You'd have the walnuts there with the crackers.
Yeah.
You crack them and sit there and eat them. Yeah. Yeah. I like those. I like looking back at times like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I sent Snake River Farm steaks to both households back home for
Or did
Christmas. Yeah. I just wanted to solidify my dinner.
That's a good point.
Yeah. It's a nice Christmas gesture as well.
Yeah.
I have to buy the protein for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I'm getting a good steak, and I'm going to cook them.
I need to buy some. I haven't had any in a while. Diamond B Ranch is my go-to with ground beef and
Their
make
beef's
some fires.
amazing.
Oh, top notch.
I got hit with so many text messages from Snake River Farms on
Really?
the holiday stuff. I caved like 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
I haven't bought from there in
Yeah.
fucking probably 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, so steak for Christmas.
Steaks. Yeah. I haven't really drank at all. I haven't had any fresh beers or haven't really drank anything.
I have like one fresh beer here and there, and then I get full.
Yeah, I know. Because I was debating. I got some really nice bottles of whiskey. I have some of those. I was probably gonna have a glass on Christmas.
This morning, my favorite lifeguard, he works on Wednesdays. His name's Bill, and Bill loves whiskey.
Oh, really?
Bourbon, loves bourbon. And we talk about it all the time. He collects bottles, and they love breweries. They go everywhere in the Greensburg area. Anyway, I had an extra bottle of Blanton's.
Holy shit!
At the house, in the box, everything. And I'm like, I'm gonna give it, like, this morning. Like, we're getting ready to leave the house. It's like 5:30. I'm like, I'm gonna give Bill this bottle of Blanton. She's like, yes.
Bill's gonna lose it.
He lost it this
Did he?
morning. Well, like he was up in his chair and he was talking to someone. I just gave him, or Kim gave him the gift bag. And like, I saw him like look in, and then he like was still talking to the guy, and we're taking all of our clothes off to get in the water. And then he looks over and he's like, wow, like lost it. I was like, babe, he saw the Blantons. And then he came over to like give me a fucking hug, a Merry Christmas. And like, you heard him the whole time, like all fired up about it. Couldn't wait to tell his wife about it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Got a bottle of Blanton's.
Dude, he was so excited.
That's gold right now.
Yeah.
That's gold.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Bill was pumped.
Yeah. Giving good gifts is that's awesome. It's yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm getting. I got new boots.
Nice.
Yeah. I just bought those because my other ones stank really bad. I wear boots every day now because
You
of
do?
my ankle.
Yeah. It's holding it together.
Yeah, it's bad. He was fucking with me this weekend. That cocksucker. So we got to bring him on. He has so much shit to say.
Yeah, bring him on, dude.
He's a psychopath, by the way. He is. I established. He had got a Bronco Raptor, really cool Bronco Raptor.
Sick.
Super cool car. Way cooler than I thought they were. Like, I kind of thought they were fucking weird. I like the way they look, and it's a cool idea. Bronco Raptor. He let me drive it, and he fucking tuned it, put a pedal commander in it. He's going to put exhaust on it, all this cool shit. It's a fucking sick ride. It's really cool. Really cool. Like, it's like a mini monster truck.
Yeah.
But he was in, and he was just fucking with me with everything. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, when are you doing the podcast again? I'm like, we're going to do it again. I was like, He's like, oh, I want to come on this. And I'm like, you're not going to be welcome if you're going to talk a bunch of shit. Yeah, man. Well, that's it. I'm excited for the holidays. I'm excited. Aiden, what are you going home for the holidays?
Yeah, I'm going home.
Going home.
Yeah.
Gonna take a few days off.
Couple.
Yep. Aiden has been busting his ass here for quite some time, so it'll be good to get away.
In the grind.
Are you what is we got a couple more minutes here. Did you get your family gifts yet? Did you buy your parents gifts yet? That's a no.
No, I got a couple gifts knocked off, but I didn't get to the parents yet.
Didn't get to the parents
No.
yet.
Hmm.
Got siblings done.
Siblings are done.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the big food you're looking forward to? You Christmas ham guy?
Christmas ham.
Christmas ham.
Christmas ham and desserts. Yeah.
Desserts?
Yeah,
Is there any
Christmas-
family desserts that your mom makes?
Peanut butter pie.
Peanut butter pie. That's right.
Butter pie.
Yeah.
Christmas
He is-
cookies.
We're making some
Fuck
cookies
yeah.
this weekend. Yeah. What's
Yeah,
your cookie?
dude.
What's the cookie?
I usually go Buckeyes or cream horns.
What? A what?
What?
What's a cream horn?
I heard of Buckeyes.
They might have a different term, but we
Mm.
call them cream horns. I don't know. It's like those like croissant flaky type like little roll with like the cream in the middle. There's like sprinkles on the ends.
Lady locks.
Yeah, those.
Mm.
Everybody on the podcast that's an old timer knows the story about me and Lady Locks. That could be a going story here. Did you ever hear the story about me and Lady Locks?
No.
So
I remember it, but not.
my gran was a
Oh.
fucking lunatic. First pair of tits I ever saw in a bra.
Oh, fuck.
She's like 58 years old. So my gran was wild. My gran smoked Lark cigarettes, drank Beefeater's gin, and ate Pittsburgh rare steaks. Like she was, her husband, my grandpap, was captain in the Army, Vietnam, Korean War. Like dude's a fucking animal. Executive for PPG. So they've traveled all over the place, and they had 6 kids. She's a bad bitch. So anyway, we were at one of their houses for a party, and they'd always have parties, and everybody, ton of people, 6 kids, so all the grandkids, and my dad was pretty fucking fat and heavy at the time because that's my dad, big eater. So he had me going and getting Lady Locks from the kitchen into the living room. He'd be like, "Hey Seth, go get us a couple Lady Locks." So I'd run in and I'd grab 2 of them, and he'd eat one and I'd eat one. It was like I was probably maybe a few years older than SJ, like 6 or 7. And this is one of those memories I have from back then. Then he'd send me back in and I'd get 2 more. And then I'd go get 2 more. Like the 3rd or 4th time, my gran pulled me aside. She's like, "Hey," she's like, you keep eating those, you'll grow a vagina. Because they're called Lady Locks. And I looked at her like, holy fuck.
No way.
And I immediately put mine back and took one and gave it to my dad. And gave it to my dad. And he's like, he got it and he eats it and he's like, oh, he's eating it. And I'm like, I look down at his dick like that thing's going to disappear. So from then on out, dude, I stopped eating Lady Locks.
Haven't had one since.
I
Never
I
again.
didn't know. I was just a young kid. You know what I mean? It's so anything's believable at that age.
It could be true.
So I love Lady Locks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good,
but
dude,
she
they're
told me
good.
that, and it fucking devastated me for years. That woman was wild.
Yeah, those were my go-to for a while there.
Cream horn. I didn't know that.
Hmm.
I love Lady Locks.
Thumbprints are good.
Yeah, we're gonna do chocolate covered pretzels this weekend too.
Mm,
Yeah, that's fun.
I'm gonna get the super salty rods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
fuck yeah.
hers.
Yeah.
Already got it
Kim,
picked out.
Kim makes homemade cinnamon rolls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're fucking crazy good.
Yeah, we do cinnamon rolls Christmas morning.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. My mom always does cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Like the shitty cheap Pillsbury ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We do breakfast casseroles too.
Yeah. So do we.
Like
Yeah.
egg casserole
I
with the
love-
sausage in it, and then like French toast casserole. So
Yeah.
fucking good.
Same.
I never had a French toast casserole.
Oh,
Pretty
dude.
awesome, dude.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like frittatas and like egg casseroles.
It's
are
basically a
good.
casserole dish of like of French toast. Like you fill it with like the French toast.
Like French toast on gear.
Yeah, it's really good.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Man, I'm excited. Good times.
Fuck yeah.
What a day.
I know.
I had a good time talking again.
Yeah.
We need to do this more often.
Sounds like a plan.
Maybe in the new building, we're going to take everything over and set up a new spot and give it a new look.
Yeah.
Good time.
Stay tuned.
Man.
Stay tuned for it all. But gentlemen, thank you guys. Everyone, thank you for listening. Make sure that you guys drop some comments, like, share, do all the cool shit that we always ask you to do for all this. Continue to support the companies using discount codes for everything. I love Big Dick is my discount code for Axe and Sledge and All American Roughneck. That does work. It's just to make you feel like a British cigarette whenever you use it. Other than that, everybody, have yourselves a wonderful day. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.